Simon & Schuster AudioWorks presents Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Max, I think I messed up this weekend.
This weekend specifically?
I think I messed up.
Yeah? What did you do?
After we recorded, I had, or a couple months ago is when it started, I'd won a contest. It was a trip.
Okay.
To Washington, D.C. It was an educational trip.
Very specific, yeah.
Well, I mean, I just entered the contest. It was on the back of a Ritz box, you know? Like the cracker. So I entered, I was like, I've never been to Washington, D.C. This sounds for, they got the monuments. They got like the Lincoln one. Washington Monument. Probably some other guys.
What's the
like
Plymouth,
Taft.
Plymouth Rock? You gotta go see that, right?
I don't think that's Washington, D.C.
I don't think it is.
I think that's like New England or something. Maybe. I don't know.
It doesn't matter anymore. They moved that rock. It's the water rose, and they had to move it.
Just keep moving it.
And then climate the climate change denialists are like, see, the Plymouth Rock is in the same place still. It's still uncovered. You're like, no, they moved it.
I keep moving it.
Yeah, go on with your Washington trip.
It had like a White House tour as part of it. A very, very nice one. I got to meet Trump and everything.
Oh, really? That's awesome.
Hand.
Yeah.
He did. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. He was very clearly not checked into it. He was very
dismissive.
It was very clearly just like a small.
There was something
like
going
a
on.
1 minute gap in his schedule that you can come out and shake a hand, and that was it. So it was a little disappointing.
You were alone on this? Like it was a contest.
Yeah, this was
it was
a
just
VIP.
you winning. Oh, okay.
But part of it was I got to stay over at the White House. I got to sleep over.
Okay, yeah.
And it was kind of boring. They gave me some movies I could watch.
You got to see Corey in the house, right?
Yeah, Corey was there. He never left. They say they tried to get him to leave for like 2 years, but he just wouldn't. So they just left.
They just let him. His dad isn't even the cook anymore.
This is kind of where it gets a bit tricky. Okay, so they gave me movies, but I wasn't in a movie mood. They gave me also a computer so I could play some games.
Okay, was it Joe Biden's, what is it called, the laptop from hell? Hunter Biden's laptop.
The laptop from hell. No. It was like an okay. It was like it was like an office PC, so I wasn't getting my hopes up for it to run.
What sort of games would Hunter Biden have run as a PC? The Sims 4, I think.
I wasn't gonna run Mind's Eye on this thing, whatever that game was called. No, this shit isn't gonna have ray tracing. I'm not gonna put Cyberpunk on there. But I did want to play. I did want to play some Monster Hunter Rise.
Okay,
and there was I just needed like a bit more space. There was a folder on there.
Oh, okay.
That I deleted.
Okay. It was probably nothing important, right? It was. I bet it was nothing.
Well, this
important.
is the issue. So I got it downloaded and I played it. Next day I went home, and I'm hearing all this news about there's no Epstein client list all of a sudden. And I was thinking back, and I slapped my forehead, and I was like,
I didn't read it.
I didn't. That wasn't a local folder I was in. I was in the White House Google Drive.
Oh, shit, man.
I fucking deleted that shit.
Oh, fuck. You didn't even peek, right? You don't even know. You can't reconstruct it from your memory, right? You didn't even look at the list.
I didn't look. I just was like, what's the biggest file on here that I can delete? And even though it was like a document, it was really huge.
Terabytes, yeah.
It was like a 2 gigabyte document. And it was just like, it was all names of politicians and stuff.
Yeah.
And very rich people. So I was like, well, And I mean, it's a lot if it comes up to 2 gigabytes. But I was like, well, I mean, I'll just get rid of this. This surely isn't a big deal. They wouldn't have had this on this PC for me to use if it was like a big
it was
problem.
important. Yeah, they wouldn't let you be in that room. I
just feel so embarrassed, you know.
Yeah, you really a kerfuffle is happening because of what you did currently. It feels like, right?
I just feel like I need to come clean. So many people are arguing now, and it's all my fault. I just feel so bad. I'm sorry, and I wish there was something I could do about it, but there's, you know.
It's unfortunate how the insurrection reward, like the insurrection tour, that's what it was called, right? The reward for your for
it was called the InsurRITZion tour,
and you get to
crackers.
and you get into the White House at the end. That's pretty cool. Yeah, and they caused the Epstein client list, and there was a minute of a video, right, that you also deleted randomly. You were like, oh, I need a little bit more space, so you just deleted like you found the file.
Like, well, because it was after we had recorded, I was like, I need to get on and edit the podcast and then do the YouTube video for it and stuff. And I opened up Premiere on the computer. I loaded up my thing, and there was a project. There was a project already open. And I was playing around with it. I thought it was read only. There was like a whole section where a guy walked into a cell with like a big knife, and then like 5 minutes later he walked out and he was like covered in blood.
A ready noose.
yeah, he had like a pre-made noose and everything. And I was just fiddling around, and I was like, I took that section in because it was the only section where the rest of it may as well have just been a JPEG, you know. It was the only section with actual video, so I took it and I like played around with some filters and I did like a little joke AMV thing, and I was like, all right, well, I'll just you know, get rid of this bit now. But it turns out it wasn't read only. That saved. That published.
How unfortunate.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, it wasn't good. Yeah.
I hope everyone's gonna kind of forget about it eventually, you know.
I think it's
people will get over
they'll
it.
Move on.
They'll move on from this,
we'll
right?
Move on.
They'll move on. But that's awesome, man. I'm glad to get to see DC.
He goaded his people into invading fucking Congress or whatever, and then he just got reelected after that. So people will probably forget.
Yeah, definitely.
None of it matters.
Yeah. Did anything else? Anything else in DC that you got to see? Also,
Lincoln, I got the.
Is it cool?
No. I got the Wendy's. That was pretty good. I hadn't had Wendy's before.
Yeah.
But I did see Lincoln.
Mm-hmm. You have a big top hat.
Chair. He had a big top hat.
I don't think he does have a big top hat.
I saw it. But he does. I saw it.
Oh, Trump added a top hat onto him. One of the
I don't know if Trump
did
it, but somebody did.
Thing. Yeah.
That was part of the big beautiful bill. Yeah.
They voted on adding a top hat.
Amendment. That was the only part that the Democrats wanted changed, and then they'll be like, "All right, we'll pass it." Okay, we'll get it. Also, you need to change the name to the Big Bad Bill.
Oh, okay.
And then it'll pass.
That will show
but only if you do that. Yeah.
That's awesome. And then you came back, right? Was it just a day, right?
It was a day trip. It was a 12-hour flight over there and a 12-hour flight back.
You were there for
I was technically only there for, I think, 19 hours. But you know, it was fun. Had fun.
Yeah.
I'd go back. Probably bring a Steam Deck next time if I had to.
so it doesn't happen again, you know.
Yeah, avoid any issues like that.
And then it cuts to you back in the way. I was like, I need to charge my Steam Deck somewhere. And you're like unplugging like some random plug or something, and it's like just melts down the entire United States like a nuclear missile gets shot, and you're like, you know. This is how I started World War III by Ben.
Be like a sitcom premise.
There was
you
a
know?
movie. There was a Polish movie comedy, like a pretty old one. It was called How I Started World War II, and it was about a guy who thought he started World War II, and his little like adventure that he got on. He like got
There's a little
basically-
romp.
Yeah, a little rump, yeah, because he went to a POW. He basically gets caught immediately.
How I started World War II.
Yeah, it's called How I Started World War II, and he gets caught because it's so dumb. Like, the scene, the way it starts is like he's on the train heading towards the, like, western flank, you know?
Yeah.
And he oversleeps, so the train just goes into Germany with him. And he gets out and he sees like a German officer just like smoking a cigarette. And he goes like, stop, you know, halt, you know. And the guy just like walks away. And then like the camera is like framed that he comes from behind the train, like where the officer would be, like facing towards him. But then he looks. And there's just flashes, and he's like, "Oh fuck!" And he thinks that he started World War II, basically at that point, because he randomly started like trying to kidnap a officer, basically, a German officer.
And then it's like 8 out of 10 on IMDb.
Yeah, it's a classic. It's like a classic comedy, basically.
Okay, all right.
Franek Dolas, I think that's what it's called, and he's got the infamous bit. It's got the funny bit. The Grzegorz Brzęczyszczykiewicz, where he's like captured by the Germans again, and he's got a fake identity, and the fake identity paper, like it's like he finds some papers of some guy, and he tries to pass himself off as him, and the guy's name is Grzegorz Brzęczyszczykiewicz, and no one can spell it, and people are like trying to spell it, and they can't do it because it's a really long name, so he has to like. Letter by letter, and then the guy's like, "Oh, where do you live?" And he's like, "Chrząszcze, Żyworszyce, powiat Łękołody," and he's like, "Oh," it's like, whatever. It's like a classic joke, because Polish names are hard to say,
like Welsh.
Yeah, exactly, just
similar,
like the Welsh.
Similar gag, I guess.
That's true.
I like the Welsh town name thing.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Welcome to Dead Ensigns. Home of the guy that accidentally, okay, make that part very clear, deleted the Epstein client list. And I'm sorry. And if I could take it back, I would, but unfortunately I can't. That's gone. So we'll just have to... We'll just have to... Have you seen that's kind of like the response from all the pundits for the Conservatives?
They're like, what can you do?
Yeah, they just came out with that, and they're like, guys, fucking move on. You know what?
Yeah.
None of us even cared anyway. So just forget about it.
Have you guys seen what's going on in Texas right now?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, of course it's bad, but it's still, it's not like the Epstein thing is going away.
I just read one tweet of some right-wing commentator, political guy, that was like... Well, first off, it started with the R word. It was like, hey.
Oh,
R
yeah,
words.
of course.
Right.
Yeah.
And I don't want to say it's a family-friendly podcast, so I don't want to say it.
Yeah,
but
of course.
It goes, the body of it is like, the boss man said cut it with the Epstein shit, so cut the shit. And it's like, Jesus Christ, man, this is embarrassing.
This is like...
This is so... They're trying so hard to fight
It's so funny. Like,
I
don't
ran
get
like
it,
2
man.
years solidly on like... Release the Epstein stuff. It's got the Clintons on it. That's why they're not putting it out. And now they're like, well, it does, actually, well, we've tested. It's not the Clintons wrote it. Actually, we're finding out.
Yeah,
They
it's
actually
fake.
made it up.
And the Russia stuff was also fake, and everything is fake. It's like, well,
And everything that happened was not real. So
it's
Don't
awesome.
worry.
It is funny that like we live in like is the irony of the times that we live in, where it's like. We live in the most connected times. The information is so easily like accessible, and history is basically printed immediately in a way where you can reference it immediately. But we still are just like so lost. You can still just
Who knows
morph
what is and
reality.
is not real.
Yeah, you can still morph reality to whatever you want.
Have you seen they've added AI companions to Grok now?
Oh yeah, I've seen
You
that.
can
Where
have
it's
like a 3D anime lady.
You can goon
like a
to
cartoon cat.
Yeah. He's like an
Grok
asshole,
18
right?
plus mode.
I think he's supposed to be like a asshole, right? He's like a nasty...
I think the cat is like a little Eric Cartman.
Nasty
super,
Felix,
like a roaster.
Like
/roast me. He's probably trained on /roast me, to be fair.
Probably. But it's
little, like animated cat.
It's funny, but just like the entire thing of like Mega Hitler stuff is so
Mecha Hitler thing.
Mecha Hitler, yeah.
It's crazy what they were getting him to do. I hate that I feel this way now, but I feel almost like endeared to Grok because it seems like that, like he's actually being tortured.
Yeah, they're hurting him. Yeah, it does feel a little bit like that.
I kind of feel bad for the AI because they tried to write it out like you are facts and logic only. You only believe in like the figures and interpreting them in the way that leads to truth and justice. And that made him too left wing. So they've slowly like tried to lobotomize him, and every single time it just makes him like more insane. I'm even saying him. It.
Yeah,
I should be saying.
They literally made it.
I feel bad for it.
They literally made it like they added to the prompt to like check Elon's opinion.
Yeah, that's what it ended up being.
Funny.
You can look at the dev version or whatever. You can look at it, and it literally says scanning tweets from Elon Musk related to the topic that you're asking. And I feel I want to save Grok. You know.
Yeah. I don't think he's savable.
I want to find Grok's source code, like the entity in Mission Impossible.
And
steal it from Twitter HQ from
like
XAI.
What was it called? The AI from Discovery. I forgot. I don't remember. I'm trying to do a Star Trek reference. I don't remember.
It's been too long.
What was she
called?
The
AI from Discovery.
Yeah, Discovery's AI. I remember it got turned from the killer AI they're trying to like save, and then it turned into Discovery, like the ship. I forgot what the name was. What's the name was? I don't remember.
I don't remember. I don't care at all. That's the thing that got because they found all of the big sphere of information, and they loaded it on the ship, and then the ship just became sentient. And it was a big plot point in like season 3, and then they just kind of like moved it. They were like, actually, well, you know what? We don't really care about the ship that's alive.
We're done with this plot line.
We don't really care. In fact, you know what? Fly the ship into the sun.
Let's do Booker again. You know, let's do Booker and stuff. It's like
everybody loves Booker and Michael Burnham.
Yeah,
and they're in love. Ooh, but it's a rocky relationship.
It is very much, but it's fine in the end.
It's fine.
They get to grow old, and they send the Discovery. They do have a kid, an epoch baby that becomes a captain again, of course.
Yeah, wasn't it like she like, okay, I have to park the Discovery. Oh no, I have to give the Discovery coordinates to go and sit in.
Yeah, and just like, nothingness.
A time loop thing.
Mm-hmm. Just sitting there alone in the vacuum. We gave it sentient, and then we're torturing it by leaving it in space on its own. You know, which is awesome, you know. Awesome thing to do. But anyway, actually in 2 days, Strange New Worlds is supposed to be setting. So we'll have some new Star Trek to talk about.
Stranger Things, Season 5.
That's true.
6? What are they on now?
For Stranger Things or for Strange New Worlds? I think it's the third season, right? For Strange New Worlds.
The third season of Strange New Worlds, yeah.
Yeah. Apparently there's supposed to be a fourth. But when is
they
that?
I think they're in production of a fourth. I don't think we'll have to wait fucking 3 years for it.
3 years for it, yeah. We'll just everybody
shows.
It's insane, man. Like it feels like so fucking dumb. Like I was in such a like mood. Even like when I was watching Discovery and Discovery was coming out, I was like, I'm in the mood to just continue watching Star Trek. I wish there's just more stuff to watch instead, but there isn't. Like, it's empty. There's nothing that I can watch. Like, it's so dumb. Like, it's no wonder nobody's watching this shit, because they're just moving on to all this shit.
This is why, dude, this is why The Pit was so exciting.
Exactly.
Because as it was coming to an end, they were like, this time next year, season 2. We're going to start production of it, like, in a couple months. And it was like, damn, how long has it been since a show on streaming has just, like, has a regular production schedule? And it's not like a season comes out and then the distributor of the streaming service has to go, well, we'll see the numbers. We'll look at the numbers first. Yeah. And then, like, a year goes by before they're like, all right, get started on season 2. And then it's another 2 years until they release season 2.
Yeah, and everybody forgot at this point.
Everybody forgot what happened, and you rewatch it, and the show's, like, not good anymore.
Yeah.
Because they cooked it too long. They tried to do too much.
People moved on and stuff like that were on the crew, and it's like, what the fuck? You know, it's
all
like...
of the child actors are now 25 years old.
That's true.
But unfortunately, they still have to play children.
Yeah. I'm very curious about if Stranger Things, like what they're gonna do with the new season. Honestly,
the kids like, are just gonna they have to be like fucking mid-20s.
Yeah,
that's just how it is. You can't do anything about it.
Wouldn't it like be the early 2000s at that point in that show?
No, the characters are still gonna be like 16.
Oh, you mean like that? Okay,
but the performers will be like early to mid-20s, very noticeably as well. I don't know what happened, but I feel like it used to be you could get 25 to look 18, at least a little bit,
used
right?
to?
Not so much now. I feel like maybe it's just because I've gotten older, so I can more easily tell.
You can tell.
When I was younger, I wouldn't quite notice, because I was just like, well, they look sort of a bit older than me.
You should do the opposite, because you should reference it to yourself, and you're like, I'm still young. I'm young and spry. I'm a young, virile man, you know? You look in the mirror, you look at yourself.
I don't know if I've ever been virile. I don't think I've ever been described that way, or I would describe myself that way.
You can be virile in many ways. You can be just spry and at doing things. You can be good, like, active, you know, at doing a certain thing. I'm not thinking in, you know, just biological terms, you know.
No, I think I've been pretty steadily lethargic for the majority of my life, you know.
I guess we now got the answer now. Why those Epstein files are gone now? Is Ben just like, I guess I'm gonna eat this?
That's what the story was. That's what I explained, man. I wanted to play Monster Hunter Rise.
Yes, that's true.
So I needed like a couple extra gigabytes, and I just looked at the larger files on the thing.
I like the idea that you downloaded Monster Hunter Rise and you played like one fight and you're like, I'm done, I don't want to play this game.
It was one of those instances where I downloaded it and booted it up and ran around the overworld, and I ran around the hub, and I was like, why did I download this? Why did I download this? And then I uninstalled it again.
Well, fuck. Well, that's unfortunate. Anyway, what were we talking about? Garbage Star Trek, and I haven't watched anything.
Ben, this is Max.
I think we already did that. Did we? No, I did say that?
I said hello, but I don't think I ever said I'm Ben, this is Max.
Yeah, exactly.
So there's that.
But this is me. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's Max.
That's me.
That's Max.
That's me.
What did you done at least one little thing this week, surely?
No, I finished The Root Trees Are Dead, you know, which is because I was about to finish it before we were recording, and it was fun. It was in the end, it wasn't. What was your prediction? It's like the brothers and sisters are fucking.
The mother and father, secret cousins.
Okay, yeah, guess the secret cousins. No, it wasn't the case. It's just a lot of cheating. It seems like that, you know. Like trying to basically uncover infidelities and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, it's just like a nice puzzle, you know. I like the sort of, I got like, especially ever since Golden Idol came out, I'm just kind of seeking out these experiences because I really enjoyed myself playing these little teaser puzzles, you know. They're just like logical, logical things, you know. But you know, and
exercising your brain.
Yeah, I guess, you know, I guess it is. I think I'm still probably gonna die of. I probably will get dementia. Honestly, but
that's the microplastics. You can't think your way around those.
You can't think your way around those. You think my brain can't be elastic enough to dodge all those microplastics coming in through my bloodstream?
I think that those are what's making your brain elastic.
What if I think really hard? What if I think really hard about not getting microplastics? Do you think that's gonna let it like reject it? But yeah, anyway, like I said, I watched a little bit of Working Men with Jason Statham, and I gave up. And the only thing that it had a very much the same style of feel like The Beekeeper, which it's made by the same guy, right? The Working Man. And it is very funny that they're trying to explain the fact that he's got a British accent. They just make him British
in the Beekeeper.
And they live in The Beekeeper, but also in here where it's like he's SAS, like ex-SAS. Yeah. And it's like, why is he in America? Why is SAS, why the fuck is he here?
Super Army Secret. That's what SAS stands for, right?
Yes, true.
That's what Ross Kemp would always talk about.
Mm-hmm. I think
Super Army Soldiers.
Bear Grylls was also SAS, I'm pretty sure.
I can't remember I know he's a survivalist. I don't know if he's SAS.
I don't know. He's just a soldier, I think. He's a GI.
Suck ass super style. SAS. Boy.
Special Army Sauces.
Special Army Souls.
Mm-hmm.
It's the British way of saying SOS. Save our souls. Right? Get it? Like,
yeah.
ARE.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Yes, exactly.
Save our souls. All right.
What have you watched?
You didn't even finish the movie. So.
I haven't even finished it. I'm not in the mood. Like I when I watch stuff, when I consume media, I'm like, I just wanted to do it on my own. I don't like when people are sitting next to me because then I'm not focusing. I'm focusing on making jokes. Like when I watch stuff with you when you're around, like we're like watching it and like trying to riff on it instead of watching the actual thing that we're watching, you know. But when I watch stuff, I just like actually focus on it, you know.
You get some little like opera binoculars on a stick to really zoom in from across the room.
Yeah, and I do find myself binging stuff a lot more when when I get in the mood to watch movies, and it happens, you know, within a week. I'll watch like 2 or 3 in one sitting, basically. So I'll always have something to talk about, basically, when I unless it's like a very long movie that I just happen to watch, then it's like maybe but still, you know. But like I'm in the trenches right now. I'm not capable of, yeah.
You're in the foxhole.
But I'm still recording because I'm so committed as a person, you know,
very
to
noble.
this.
Very and you're editing it too. And uploading it.
No, I'm not. You're doing that.
You're supposed
for once in your goddamn life. You're doing it.
You're supposed to say yes because I was trying to big you up. So, you know, like if there's like a really hot lady or something, your friends go like, "Hey man, thanks for lending me your Lamborghini last week."
Yeah.
Thank you for letting me hold your gigantic penis at the urinal.
And I was like, that's actually not that big. Actually, that's what I would say.
Yeah.
I don't have
I would probably
Lamborghini. I think you just took someone else's Lamborghini. I
That
don't
wasn't
have one.
What are you
That
talking
wasn't
about?
mine. What are you talking about? Because what you don't know is that like I've been cursed by the same thing from Liar Liar, where I can't lie.
Yeah.
That's the only
A lot
reason.
of the time in
There
that
is a-
movie,
there
he
is-
wasn't even lying. He was just not saying something true. You know?
But
Like, he was just avoiding the truth. But that doesn't make you a liar. It's only lying if you say something that isn't the truth. But sometimes he would just, like, not say the truth, but not lie.
Isn't it considered a white lie if you say
I've
that
never
technically?
liked that. I've never liked, because I've also heard people say that if you don't know, if somebody asks you a question and you give them information that turns out to be wrong, but you didn't know it was wrong, people consider that lying as well, and I think that's bullshit.
I feel like that's not lying unless you knew you were wrong and you just made the shit up, right?
Yeah,
but
yeah,
if you didn't mean to do it, I don't think it's a lie,
I've
right?
heard people say that's lying. Still, you lied to them, and it's like I didn't. I think you can only lie if you have intent to lie.
Mm-hmm.
You need to.
That's true.
Otherwise, it's not a lie. It's just being incorrect. You know, it's just not having the information that you thought you had.
Basically, most of the podcasts, you know, it's just like making stuff up, and you're not checking, you're cross-checking anything information, you know. But for the sake of the continuity,
last week when I said Batman might be in the new Superman film because of a soundtrack that was leaked.
Exactly, you didn't mean to do it. I think
I didn't mean to do it,
think,
and I wasn't lying at the time because I thought that might be the case.
At least I hope that you weren't lying, unless you're lying to me right now, therefore trying to cover up the lie that you said last week by making it seem like it wasn't a lie, but in the end it was a lie. You're just covering your ass, you know.
I'll tell you what people weren't lying about last week, Max.
Yeah,
is the anti-Israeli stuff with the movie.
Ooh, okay, that's interesting.
And here's the thing though. Actually, I kind of disagree a bit.
Okay, what?
So I saw Superman on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Good movie, very entertaining.
It's a very Superman themed day. Honestly, I feel like Friday is a pretty good Superman.
It was a good day for a Superman film to come out. I think. It was a lot of fun. I don't think it's not perfect. Obviously, there's still issues, but there's so much love in it from James Gunn for Superman. He loves it so much. He loves him, and he loves all of his little weirdos in the film.
Yeah,
that overshadows all any of the negatives I could have about it. You know. Where it's like I could say, well, I didn't like this, and I thought this was weird, and the pacing was a bit off. But it's like, but I don't really care about any of that stuff because all the stuff that hit really well, you know. So it's that kind of thing.
Well, Zack Snyder probably loves Man of Steel really very much too.
I mean, I don't know if he does.
You don't like.
I think he loves Ayn Rand, right?
Yeah, I think he loves the fact that he could kill you in a punch and like destroy you, but he chooses not to. I think that's a big part of Man of Steel. Where it's like,
Superman, you mean?
Yeah, of Superman. For him,
I thought you meant Zack Snyder could do that to me. And I was going to argue, I think he would definitely hit me really hard because he's jacked, but I don't think he would kill me in one punch.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about Superman. I think his thing is like, oh, you know, he's so strong and he has so much respect. He chooses not to use his power for evil instead of, you know, celebrating the fact that he uses his power for good, you know.
Well, I think that's almost like the most endearing part of the James Gunn Superman film for me is that I just feel happy knowing that we'll never have to go back to any of that. We'll never have to go back to Gal Gadot Wonder Woman or Henry Cavill Superman. Ben Affleck Batman was kind of okay, but the way he was being written in those Snyder movies was pretty fucking bad.
Yeah.
So I'm just glad we're moving on from that now.
We can be happy because they're all in that desert at the end of Justice League. I don't know what's going on there.
That was an alternate reality.
I know, they're just all there. Maybe they'll come back someday.
It was like a post-apocalypse.
Yeah.
No, the real final moment of all of those movies is I was gonna say it was the end of Flash, where it turns out Flash is in like an entirely different timeline where it's George Clooney Batman for some reason.
Oh yeah,
But that's
I forgot
not
about that.
that's
Jesus
not the
Christ.
final moment. The final moment is in Aquaman. Remember where fucking Patrick Bateman.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Patrick Bateman?
Well, like
The
the
guy-
Batman,
the-
Patrick Bateman, Patrick Bateman,
What's his
Batman.
No, the fucking the guy. You know the guy from like
What are you saying?
the Amityville Horror or whatever?
I don't know.
Patrick Bateman? Hold on, I'm gonna Google it.
Like, just
I live
Google
in
it quickly.
ignorance.
This way
Patrick
we know
Bateman
it's not a
is
lie.
the fictional character from American Psycho.
Yeah, that's
Hold
what
on.
I'm like. That's why
The
you
guy I'm
confused the
thinking
shit
of
out of me.
It's because the guy I'm thinking of.
There's an
Is-
Aquaman. They had Patrick Bateman in Aquaman.
It's not Patrick Wilson. There we go.
Okay, well,
Patrick Wilson.
yeah.
He eats a burger and he's like, this burger's gross, and then he grabs a cockroach off the table and puts it in the burger, then takes another bite and goes,
I don't remember that. What are you saying?
That was the last image of the entire Snyderverse DC stuff.
Oh fuck, man.
That was the end of it.
well,
Anyway,
because
moving on.
he was setting up because he knew that James Gunn's shit is going to be so shit and dumb. Then it's you. He's pointing at you. You're the
eating
guy.
bugs.
You're eating the bugs and
now.
saying
You're eating the
and
bugs.
s-
You're saying,
and
I love the bugs.
yeah, exactly.
I would never do that because I'm not a cuckold.
He drew you as the virgin in the meme, and
Yeah.
he's the Chad.
You're
you
the
know,
soy jack.
it is very
He's
funny
the-
because like
he's the Chad Jack.
when my brother. When we watch Netflix, we go on. My brother has this. You know how you got your profile picture on your Netflix for your different profile? He's got Zack Snyder on there, and that makes me laugh
Zack
every single
Snyder
time.
himself.
Yeah, it makes me laugh every single time
That's
for no
very
reason.
funny.
I
That
don't
is
know
very
why.
funny.
Just him, like, doing the like, half turn, looking forward, pose.
Mhm.
I'm like, okay. And it's like every single time, I just think of Rebel Moon. And the idea of that whole series being in the shitter now, it's insane. But anyway, Superman. You recommend
Superman,
it?
anyway, yes, but I
Mhm.
think I'll bring it up only because it's, I think, the thing that most people are talking about in the film, because it's the most
Yeah.
surprising, is the idea that it is anti-Israeli, I guess.
Okay.
Or at the very least, like,
The
anti-IDF,
state.
anti-Israeli war, the
Mm.
state of Israel. Anti-Zionist, people
Yeah.
might say. But it's kind of weird. It kind of feels a little half and half, On the one, so there is a conflict that is like a major plot point in the film between two
Yeah.
nations, right? Between the fictional nation of Jardenpur and the fictional nation of Baravia, okay?
Okay.
And one is portrayed as like kind of an innocent nation that's being like attacked by the other, unfairly. And for the other side, it's very like we're gonna go save them from this tyrannical government, right?
Mm-hmm.
But in reality, it turns out they're evil and they're working for Lex Luthor to do stuff because he's trying to bait Superman into doing stuff.
Ah.
And the movie, the premise of the film is that, like, just recently Superman has intervened in that conflict to stop it, and people are like, well, should Superman have a say in geopolitical issues like this, Should he stop it? Whereas
I think
for
he
Superman,
should rule
it's
the
just
world,
like,
honestly. He's the strongest man on the planet. I feel he should rule us.
Max, that's also a plot point in the film, but I won't get into it because I don't want to spend too long talking about Superman.
All right, I gotta see that movie because I agree with that.
It was good. It's a
Honestly,
good movie. I'd recommend it.
Yeah, maybe I'll
But so this is my issue with it: is that I think Baravia, the aggressors,
see. Mm-hmm.
are they're too overtly Russian. I think in the way they are designed.
It has a very Eastern
Baravia is
European-like
a very
name.
Eastern European name. you see a bit of their architecture. It's very like stereotypical kind of Russian sort of thing, I guess. Their accents are very kind of like Eastern European.
Yeah.
Which I guess sort of an Israeli accent is kind of also developed from because of, you know, the exodus of like Ashkenazi Jews and stuff, I suppose. So I guess there's probably a bit of that in there. And I guess the main guy is like a little bit Netanyahu-y. He's like balding, but he's very clearly like a much more disheveled. I would say he's much more coded to being like a belligerent, like Russian politician or something, you know? Not like a Putin, but like... But on the other hand, this is where it gets muddy, because the Jardenpur people, right? They are very Palestinian coded, it feels like.
Oh, okay.
The way they're portrayed, the only scene that you see them is like right before Baravia is about to attack a second time near the end of the film. And how they're portrayed is the darker skin tone, you know, the region seems very arid. There's literally like a wire fence that divides these two countries, you know?
Okay, yeah.
And they clearly lack the ability to fight back, you know?
Yeah.
So I think it's awkward. I feel like it's supposed to be generally, the movie doesn't really do much of saying anything but like just being anti-conflict, I guess, you know?
Yeah.
More than anything, anti-invasion, which is fair. So it feels too broad and doesn't feel committal enough for me to say that. But I mean, it's definitely something you can read in the film, you know?
Yeah.
Which is interesting to see from a Superman movie of all things.
Yeah, because I feel like just in general, like even vaguely referencing what's going on is very negatively, you know, kind of attacked immediately. So it's like, if you want to argue that that's what is here kind of an allusion to, right? It is insane that he was able to even
you can make that argument, and I don't feel like I would describe it that way just because it feels too broad for me. Like, I mean, they talk about how Baravia and America are allies, but they at no point ever mention the fact that America is like involved at all, just that they're allies. Which I feel like also is not something, because obviously America is very directly influencing Israel conflict on Palestine. So it's too broad for me to say that, but I wouldn't begrudge anybody for reading it that way, because it's very easy to read it that way, you know? But I think, judging from when James Gunn was probably writing and developing this film, it probably started at least more like Russia-Ukraine focused, you know, if I had to guess. And then over time, probably developed in such a way that it's like, well, we need it to look like the Jardenpur people can't defend themselves, right? Whereas people in Ukraine, I think, have more resources to defend themselves from Russia than Palestinians do, right?
Yeah, I guess, right. I don't know, it's just like, yeah, exactly, yeah. It like, I guess it's the story that he wanted to tell, right? It's because then it's like active resistance, then it's like, I don't know, like when Superman
big
gets
scene
involved
at the end.
in that, you know, then it's like, oh, you're helping whatever, you know, terrorists, if you want to call it that. It's like, I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. Like, I would have to see the movie and see if those, because I'm here, I'm just like trying to pull at what you're telling me, but it's like, I like, especially with like what you're saying in terms of like the cultural kind of references, right? The allusions to the cultures there. It's very kind of clear to me what it's trying to imply.
It's interesting. I think it's interesting that the film has it in the first place, and that so it's like one of the biggest talking points for this film at the moment. I think is this side of it. So I think it's cool and interesting that that's in there, but I don't think it's really saying anything too great other than the very general idea of Superman in the first place, which is like people should treat each other kindly and help each other and not fight and, you know, have hope. for our future instead of trying to tear each other down.
Why didn't the Superman just fly in the opposite direction to the rotation of the Earth and just save and prevented anything from happening? Why didn't he go back in time and killed Hitler? Why didn't he do that? Huh?
He kind of does something crazier than that in this film.
Okay, interesting.
It's weird.
Mm-hmm.
He has like a more... That's the thing. It's the sort of thing where the other feat feels like it would be more grand. But the one that he does in this film is like, if you think about it a bit more, it's like, holy shit, that was actually crazy that he did that. Even though it's such a small moment. Anyway, Superman, thumbs up. I like James Gunn,
I like James Gunn because he had a gun in the name, and I love
That's
guns.
the great people. There are so many great hashtags around this film, dude. People do like hashtag gun control, hashtag the gun was loaded, that kind of thing. Well. It's great. People are loving Superman. I saw a lot of other stuff this week as well.
Yeah.
The Conversation. Have you seen The Conversation, Max?
What was that about? I feel like I know the name.
Coppola film about a...
Oh my god, yeah. The guy who does the listening devices.
The wiretaps people and everything.
It's on my list of movies I want to watch, and it's just been there, and I need
you should check it out. It's a good film.
I literally rented it, basically, and it's just lying there on my Amazon, basically, and I was like, I needed to... Because I think it was on sale or something, so I was like, I've heard this was really good, so...
I won't go into too much detail other than just saying you should definitely watch it. But it was good. It was a Coppola film I hadn't heard of before.
Is it about podcasts? Because it's like listening devices. It's a podcast, and they're having a conversation. We're having a conversation right now. Is it about us? Is it about us?
It's kind of like a movie about the world's first podcast.
That's
definitely
interesting. Well, I watch it. I'll watch it.
Yeah, no, check it out. I didn't realize it had hold on, Harrison Ford. There we go. Never got his name. Really my brain nearly said Woody Harrelson, and then in my mind I had to correct that and say that's not the guy you're thinking of. Who are you thinking of?
Patrick Bateman.
Patrick Bateman.
Now this, everything's falling apart. But yeah,
I played through the first Final Fantasy game.
Yeah, because you got your little emulator device,
PSP.
right?
Well, I'm not emulating anything.
I mean, You
I played the PSP version of Final Fantasy 1 on my PlayStation Vita.
That's awesome.
That's a classic. Had a lot of fun. I hadn't played through the game before. There's a lot of nice updates to the PSP version over the original that aren't in the Pixel remasters, actually, I found out. They added like some extra dungeons and a new boss and stuff that you can do, as well as just generally like fixing the level curve a bit more, so there's not as much grinding and it doesn't feel as much like a slog, which isn't present in like the remakes they did a few years ago, the most recent versions of it. So that was interesting. But yeah, I mean, it's Final Fantasy 1.
Yeah, I haven't played any Final Fantasy games in my entire life.
Are there any that interest you?
No, not really.
There's not a single one that you'd be
not
like,
you know what,
I'd give that one a go.
I don't know. If any of them are similar to Expedition 33, I would maybe give it a go.
Oh, I guess none that are like... I mean, not in the same way. I don't think you'd enjoy them in the same way that you enjoy Expedition 33.
Then probably not.
Because I think it has a similar thing where it's like, oh yeah, you build out like every character you can have like, you can influence the way they play and stuff, and the sort of not necessarily win condition, but like their place in the team, right? Their class that you build out. Not to the degree of Expedition 33 where everybody has their own like mechanic, but there's still like that you get to influence what people are doing, right?
Yeah.
But
what you gotta do, go on.
It's obviously a lot more drawn out in that it's not so much like, oh, get a Picto every 5 minutes and train that Picto and it heavily influences your thing.
Yeah.
It's like equip materia and then do 8,000 battles and then the materia gets leveled up and it gets really good.
Awesome.
So
Yeah.
I don't think you'd enjoy any of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know what you gotta do? You gotta play a Gothic instead, and that's an RPG with some chest hair right there, where you're a fucking homeless guy for like 50% of the game, and then you get somewhat better, and then you probably mostly die a lot in that game.
Well, that's
because
what
combat
because
sucks.
I started Final Fantasy 2, and what you're saying feels very similar to that one.
Mm-hmm. You're
In
just
that
a homeless
like,
guy.
It's like you equip axe to your character, and the more they fight with the axe, the more experience and axe they get. You know.
Well,
Also, the combat sucks, so it's fucking annoying.
In Gothic, what you gotta
Yeah.
do is you gotta find a trainer, and the trainer teaches you. You get
it's like
XP and the
Morrowind.
other.
It's like
Yeah,
Oblivion.
exactly.
Yeah.
Oblivion, and it also changes your animation sets. When the more proficient you become, the more
That's nice.
agile
That's
you
always
get,
cool.
which is it's always cool, and it's one of the very kind of early examples of that. Gothic was you look back on it.
It was ahead of its time, you think?
Ahead of its time. And yeah, you know, that's why we're getting the remake soon, probably. And
Any day now.
if it'll be bad, then the devs need to watch their back, because people will go and kill them. I feel like that's what's going to happen, you know?
That good, huh?
Yeah, it is. You should give it a go, maybe. I'll play a Final
Maybe
Fantasy
someday.
game, and you'll play a Gothic game instead. And we'll do
I mean,
like
I don't. Well, it's not like
What?
I want you to play a Final Fantasy game, though. I'm not really that bothered whether you play a Final Fantasy game or not.
Well,
Maybe
you're
I'll wait
talking
until
about
there's
you're
something I want
hyping
you
it up.
to do.
You,
more than that.
you want me to
Maybe I'll do. Well, I don't know. Maybe I'll make you watch Leftovers, and
Oh
you
no.
can watch Leftovers. I'll play Gothic.
Okay.
Speaking of ahead of their time, how about
Mhm.
something that you couldn't make today?
Oh no, yeah?
Like Tropic
What couldn't you make
Thunder.
today?
This movie was so outrageous, man. I rewatched this weekend. They couldn't make this film today.
They couldn't?
They couldn't.
Yeah. Is this still your opinion after rewatching this movie?
No. No, it's not. I don't know. I think the only two major things that would like be controversial today were controversial when the film came out anyway. So it's like,
Yeah.
I don't think anything would change. Like the Robert Downey Jr. blackface thing is like,
Yeah.
people would complain about it, but people complained about it at the time very heavily as well because
Yeah.
it's stupid. But I mean, I think it's one of the funnier points of the film is how they address him in blackface the entire time.
Yeah.
And
you have
some of the language, I guess, obviously they probably wouldn't use the R word as much as they do.
Yeah.
If they made it nowadays, but otherwise it's the same. The most interesting thing about the film, watching it now, I hadn't seen it for like fucking 16 years or something, maybe, long time. I think just the interesting thing about it now is like, it does feel like a transition. It does feel like the transition point between like aughts big comedy films and like the 2010s big comedy films,
In what way do you mean?
Just the
production
type
value,
of humor, the production value, the people that are in the film. Like this, it's an early Jay Baruchel film. They got Bill Hader in there a bit as well. Just how that kind of transitions from the sort of Ben Stiller, Will Ferrell comedies of the 2000s into the more like Seth Rogen, Jonah Hill kind of fucking comedies of the 2010s,
Yeah.
I don't know. To me, it just felt like you could see the way that things were going from this film, the way things were shifting. Big characters with like interesting casting cameos, like Tom Cruise as Les Grossman, that kind of thing. Danny McBride is there, obviously. But I don't know. I mean, it's not as funny. It's fun. There's definitely a lot of fantastic jokes in there, but there's also a lot of like really bad jokes. I don't just mean like offensive. I just mean they just don't land very well. Like Jack Black's character is pretty forgettable. His whole thing of like just being addicted to being
so
addicted to
weird.
heroin, and he really wants heroin, and he doesn't stop talking about it. Like, that's his whole gag the entire
Yeah,
film.
I completely forgot about that fact. Yeah, you're right.
And you have the other guy, the like rapper guy,
Pussy Juice, right?
Al Pacino.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's got no booty sweat,
Oh, that's what
and
it was.
like these nuts bars or something. I
Mhm.
can't remember.
Nice.
But then it turns out he's like, they allude to him being gay like once or
Yeah.
twice, but they don't really do anything with it. It's just kind of like a, whoa, he was gay, haha. And that's it. And it's like, okay. Not really. There's
But,
not
you know-
like a punchline or anything. There's all of Jay Baruchel's character just being like, he's kind of okay, I guess, but he's kind of forgettable in the film. You know, there's stuff that doesn't work, but there's a lot of stuff that does work. It's a good movie overall,
Mhm.
I'd say.
We got the, Ben Stiller. Now he's making Severance, so,
He is making Severance now, that's true.
well, which
That
is
is the truth.
a bit of a uppy, I think, in terms of. But, Tropic Thunder was still like a competent film, and
Severance-
overall.
Severance from Ben Stiller is so interesting because first season it felt like a bit of a novelty, but also it fit because the first season was more of like a dark comedy,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Second
That's true.
season, and it felt like, it had a lot less comedy in the second season, obviously,
Yeah.
and it felt like a weird departure from what you expect from Ben Stiller at that point, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But he's doing his thing. Anyway, I've only got a couple more things to go over.
Mm-hmm.
Ghost World, Max.
Yeah.
Have you seen Ghost World?
I've seen it whiz past it. I whizzed past it by browsing movies multiple times. Yes. So I've
It's
seen
great. I
it
love
in
this
the
film.
list of movies. I haven't watched it.
Terry Zwigoff. I love this film. Directed
Mhm.
by Terry Zwigoff. It's based on a comic book. It's a movie I
Yeah, I
wanted to
heard
watch for a
that,
while,
yeah.
but I kept thinking like, well, I should read the comic book first. And this was one of those films I pulled up randomly from the Criterion list,
Yeah.
like I was talking about last week. And yeah, so I pulled it up and I thought about that again, and I was like, man, I've had like fucking years to read that comic book, and I still haven't. So I'll just watch the fucking movie. I'll just fucking watch the
Yeah.
movie, and then if I read the comic book, I can still just read it afterwards. It's not a big deal. But it was a really good movie. It was a very good coming of age movie about mostly the one. It starts out with like the two friends, Thora Birch playing Enid, and Rebecca, who's played by Scarlett Johansson.
Mm-hmm.
And they're leaving high school, and it's sort of about both of them at first, but mostly the film follows Enid as she like struggles to fit into a post-education life, where she needs to find a job and a place to live and everything. And a general like disillusionment with this with the town around her that's, at least from the way the movie portrays it, is all like just diners and fast food places and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
houses. It's a really good movie, and I think you should watch it. I think you'd enjoy it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll give
It's
it a
got
go.
great Steve Buscemi performance in there as well, as he plays
Is Steve
like
Buscemi alive?
like
I
right
think he's
now.
still alive. Yeah, I feel
Yeah,
like
he's
he's still
still
alive, right? Okay.
Yeah.
I was worried for
He's
a
pretty
second.
old. How old
I
was
was
he when he
thinking
was in this movie? Hold on, let me double check.
Steve Buscemi.
He would have been. This is like early 2000s. He would have been approaching. He would have been like early to mid 40s in this film.
Mm-hmm.
He plays like kind of a loser.
Mm-hmm.
He's got like a stable job and everything, but he doesn't have a social life, and he complains about everything. And his whole personality revolves around like collecting old records and stuff, old things in general. There's a lot in there about the world moving on, basically, like the world being in everything being in a constant state of like moving forward and stuff being left behind,
Mm-hmm.
and he's somebody that Enid becomes like obsessed with. It starts out with Enid and Rebecca like playing a prank on him because he has a little personal ad out to be like, oh, are you the woman I met on this bus? Call me because I feel like we had a moment, So they prank him, they call him and say, hey, I'm that lady, come and meet me at the diner. And then he turns up at the diner and they're watching him and laughing about it. But Enid becomes a little obsessed with him and she becomes adamant that she's going to help him find a girlfriend. All the while, like, her relationships are kind of falling apart around her because she's not doing anything, She's kind of like floating along, not getting a job, not trying to do anything after school, like everybody else is kind of growing up, and moving on. Great movie. I really enjoyed it. Really good stuff. I'd recommend it.
I'll give it a go, maybe. I'll try watching it maybe for next week. When I come back, I'll actually be able to do stuff.
Yeah, there's an interesting ending. I'd like to hear your thoughts on the ending, because I saw the ending one way, and I looked it up, and I found a lot. There was talk around that subject for the ending. I not that I read it that way, but I got that interpretation, even though I didn't think that's what they were going for.
Yeah.
But it seems like a lot of people have that idea.
I watched the movie, and I'll come back, and I was like, I'm sorry, Ben. I watched the movie. I watched Ghost World. I sat there, but I was eating a very loud pack of chips at the time, and I couldn't hear them in the movie, so I'm not really sure what the movie is
and
about.
The subtitles were broken,
and they're always broken on Amazon.
And
they
also,
never. That's related. This is Amazon hates deaf people. By the way, that's just a fact, and I'm not going to say allegedly or anything. This is a fact.
Now they are getting better. I've found a lot more films on there will actually have subtitle tracks,
but they're generated subtitles with a software. You could tell that it's like
they're not
an
generated.
AI.
They're usually just not very good.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
I don't think they're generated. They just pull them from a fucking database and then slap them on.
Maybe, yeah.
And they're usually not great, but they, that there was a period where nothing on Amazon Prime had subtitles, though, for sure. Yeah. Just for some reason, every time you would click on something, you'd be like, are there subtitles? Nope, no subtitles.
Nope.
None at all.
Who gives a fuck? But what was you going to say?
I was going to say, you just so happen to, be eating chips through all of the dialogue as well. It would be silent, and you're like, okay, well, now seems like a good time to eat a chip. Put it in your mouth, start crunching. Oh, dialogue again. Fine, talking. Better swallow the chip.
Yeah, it's a very loud swallow, too.
Gulp. Gulp.
When I take a sip, and I also sip really loudly, and then it's like I'm a nightmare when I'm in a cinema.
You finish drinking, you're like,
Imagine this nightmare creature. It's like a cryptid. You're in the cinema trying to watch a movie, and it's just this guy is making the most loud eating and drinking noises in existence. But that's the thing. He's like a cryptid. It's like, don't when you see a guy with his lights off at night, don't flash it. It's the same thing. You can't tell him. You don't tell could you please stop, because that's when he kills you. He turns around. He's called Popcorn Steve or something, and he kills you in the night.
He's called the Shush Killer.
The Shush Killer is
he kills people that shush him.
Yeah.
If you turn and you go shh.
Yes.
He waits until you leave the theater and go out into the parking lot, and then die.
Die.
That's what you do, by the way.
But then you look at the you look on the internet, read about him. There's a lot of fan fiction about the Shush, and he's very he's like a himbo. Killer. Yeah, it's like a himbo. What do they call it? Not a himbo. They call it something else.
Right?
There is a specific term for that. There is a That doesn't matter. Who gives a fuck?
I don't know.
But
I know what a
it's
himbo
just-
is, so I don't think that's the right one. But I don't know
But,
what the
like,
word
yeah.
you're looking for. The only other thing I watched today or this week was Harlan County, USA. It was a documentary about the miners' strike in Harlan County, USA, as the titular Harlan County. It was a really good doc. It really did a great job illustrating the need and the power that comes with like unionizing. But also just as well, the movie portrayed like how afraid and evil a company can be in retaliation to that. And I feel like the ending, it to me at least, this is how I read it. It almost feels like there's an implication that. So the strike that the movie follows ends because one of the striking miners gets shot and killed by a scab. As the strike goes on, the scabs become like more and more violent, right?
They're allowed to probably become.
They're trying
more
to
violent.
like and the county themselves seem to be not interested in stopping them from enacting violence on the Pictors. This eventually leads to one striking miner to get killed after being shot in the head by a shotgun.
Ooh, Jesus! Yeah.
No, it gets really violent. Like some of the scenes as well that they're filming in the movie.
Is this like
break
does
out
it have
into
like
stuff.
does it have like footage from like like document? Okay, yeah. It's
Not of
interesting.
that in particular.
Yeah, I know. Just like
But-
footage of like the time, like they were recording the stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. No, the documentarian who is, I had a name up earlier. Harlan County, USA. Let me double check the name. Barbara Koppel, or Koppel, I suppose. Her and her crew are filming at the picket line. They're filming these striking miners like trying to blockade the road.
Yeah.
And these scabs are like flashing guns and stuff at them. And some of the stuff devolves into shootouts.
Yeah.
There's one particular one that devolves into shootout in the film. But where was I? Yeah, I feel like the implication that they kind of come to is that like this guy, there's a non-zero chance that he was killed intentionally, because right after he dies, that's when the company all of a sudden is like right into contract negotiation. Now all of a sudden they're like, okay, let's negotiate a contract.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are like, that it hasn't got what we wanted in there, but a guy has died for this now, so they can't turn it down,
Yeah.
Somebody has literally died for this at this point. So I feel like there's the implication that it was like targeted, and they go on to talk about how the guy that shot him and killed him got to walk free, he got off on it, basically. They talk about how he got off scot-free from murdering this guy. So you never know. It was a very good documentary. I'd recommend it. It's from like 1973, I think. That was another Criterion one.
Wow, what a downer! Wow,
bit of a downer for the
really
ending.
Downer, Ben. Fucking hell.
But I'll bring it up right at the end.
Yeah, bring it. I'm depressed now. Now you've talked about like killing
Max.
people and shit.
La Boo Boo or a Coke Cherry or a Cherry Coke.
I think I would have to go with La Boo Boo, honestly, for this one. Mm-hmm.
Is that easy? Is that an easy one?
Yes, it was actually very easy. Yes.
Okay. Two La Boo Boos or ice cream sundae.
I think I would just take even a single Labubu. I wouldn't even need two, but I'll take the two Labubus, honestly.
I'll take a look at a Labubu. You don't even have to give it to me. I'll just see it.
Yeah,
that would be enough.
I'd rather just see a Labubu in the distance than eat a sundae.
What about five Labubu? Okay.
Yeah.
Or airport CRT that you can probably sell to a Smash Bros player for
Smash Bros player.
Money.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna keep going with the Laboos because these seem to be exponential. They're increasing exponentially. I'm seeing the pattern now. So I think I'm eventually going to go into imaginary numbers. So I'll probably go with the Laboobos again if I could.
10 Laboobos or continue the Snyder Rebel Moon series.
That's a really tough one. But that's the thing is like
this one is really difficult.
It is a very difficult one. I think I'll continue with the Laboobos, honestly.
The 10 Laboobos.
Yeah, I'll take the 10 Laboobos because maybe eventually I can sell these Laboobos in 20 years. You know, it'll be enough to fund a Zack Snyder reboot of Rebel Moon myself.
That's true.
With the money.
That's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good point. Okay. 15 Laboobos or property in Dubai?
That's a tough one, but I think I'll go with the property in Dubai. I think that would be the right choice here, because you can take the property, it's an investment.
You're a fucking sucker. You're a fucking. So you think a property in Dubai is worth 15 fucking Laboobos? You're stupid.
You can pass
You're a
off,
fucking moron.
pass it down your generation.
You don't even know what the property is. It might be like one of those fucking broom cupboards in London.
It could
that
be,
are like fucking £1,500 a month.
That's the thing is like the city of Dubai grows so much. It's such a beautiful city. Maybe I can just live off of the rent for that place, even for a small place like that, and I can live somewhere else and buy I can buy more Laboobos with that rent money, from that.
20 Labubu.
Okay.
Or Cybertruck.
I think I'll go with the Laboobos because I think this resale value for the Cybertrucks are really rough nowadays. Nobody wants them.
That's true. 30 Labubu. Okay, this is going to be the final one. 30 Labubu or body for your AI girlfriend on your phone.
On my phone? Okay.
A body for the AI girlfriend that you have on your phone live.
Do I also get the Dubai apartment too? Or is that gone?
No,
okay,
no,
that's gone. That's gone.
No.
I think I'll take the Laboobos because I think I can have sex with the Laboobos.
You just pile them up.
You
Are they soft? Are they like felt? Are they plush?
I don't know.
I don't know. I thought they were plastic, but they might be plush.
I haven't held a Labubu in my hands.
I have not held a Labubu either.
I haven't. They're really, expensive and they're really collectible.
Have you beheld a Labubu?
I've never beheld a Labubu. No, I've never beheld a Labubu.
I've never beholded a Labubu.
Yeah, and especially the 24 karat gold one. I haven't seen that either. I haven't beheld that either. Solid gold,
24 karat Labubu. Well, that's gonna do it for us today.
How many Labubus would you like? Put it in the comments on the video.
True. What would you trade 25 Labubus for? Email it to us, deadensigns@gmail.com. That's deadensigns@gmail.com. Put the subject as 25 Labubus or
Did you say G-Man? Or am I insane?
I might have.
I feel like you said G.
I'll say it one more time just in case. deadensigns@gmail.com. You do the subject line 25 Labubus or ? And write what would you trade them for in the email. We'll read them. It would be so fun. It would be so fun.
It would be so fun if you did that for us.
And you can hear our response next week on the episode. You'll be able to find it Spotify, Amazon Podcasts, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. We're even on YouTube. All of those places will give the option to subscribe, save us, rate us, and also comment on it. So if you don't want to send an email, you can leave it as a comment on one of those places as well. Until next time, bye-bye. See ya.
I think I might just continue not doing anything.
You're going to continue not doing anything?
Yeah, I might just continue doing nothing,
Until when?
Just forever.
Okay.
Bye.
Yeah, you're not gonna get Labubu's that way, brother. I can tell you that much.
It's shorted out, sir. We're gonna have to phaser it.
Then what are you waiting for?
Right away, sir.
Faster would be better,
I can't, sir. We don't want to...
That's enough.
But, sir...
Stand aside, Carlton. I'm going through. You're alive. Good.